So I reiterate here, the bill is dead.
The story of this great city is about the years before this night. We are free!
Hey everyone, this is Ho Ho Hong Kong with me, your host Vivek Mabubani, and your co-host who is
Mohammed Magdi.
don't follow the rhythm. I
No.
have made it very clear with dun 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 dun.
Yeah, no. I am also running on literal fumes.
Yeah,
I'm
fair enough.
like-
We're all tired
I actually
today.
brought support today, so we can both act as like one full.
Yeah. Just
Brain.
like
Energy
0.4
and
plus
brain,
0.4, 0.8, just round it up
Yeah.
with the 0. Whatever. Yeah. I think
So I'm
the
sorry
three-
if I'm low energy today. I
Yeah.
can't help it, but yeah.
So please confess the reasoning for your low energiness.
Well, the reason is 4 a.m. call time for a flight at
Alright.
7:30.
4
That's
a.m. call time for
yeah.
7:30
Whole time
flight.
like it's a show.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
see, like what is the thing when the hotel calls you?
Oh, the wake up
Wake up
call.
call.
Yeah.
Wake up, that one.
Yeah.
Except
So
the
it's
hotel
4 a.m.
didn't even
wake-up
wake us up. We had alarm.
Oh, but
Yeah.
you didn't trust them, right?
No, we didn't even bother. Yeah.
I
Oh,
didn't know
man.
if there was 24-hour reception or not. And then when we got down there, it was dimly lit and two guys are on their phone looking like they were just asleep. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
probably
Like,
couldn't have
It's a
anyway.
5-star hotel and it looked like we interrupted their lives.
Yeah, I can totally imagine they're like, fine, we'll wake you up
Yeah.
in the morning.
We're like, do you guys need anything?
Yeah,
Are you
yeah,
thirsty?
Yeah, we're stepping out for forever. Do you want something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can totally imagine, man. But like that's the one thing with hotels. I can never do wake up calls. Mostly not because like I'm afraid I won't pick up the phone.
Yeah.
I just don't trust them.
Yes.
Like I have this huge trust factor of putting my life's destiny in someone else's
Yeah.
hands. Like there's no way in hell.
I mean, ever since we got phones, surely those wake-up calls have died off.
That's what I mean. I would trust the phones
Yeah.
more than like a loud ringing phone. Not because the phone's not gonna wake me up. It's the person not dialing the phone at the right time. Like
but
that-
also, yeah, like the wake up call feels like such like like businessman in the 80s kind
Oh
of thing.
yeah. Oh, wake me up. Yeah.
Wake me up.
Before you go.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet you it's one of those things. It's probably started with that, and they're like, "What can we do with
It
this
was probably
idea?"
written for a receptionist who's about to end his shift.
Yeah.
And then the businessman is like, wake me up
Before you go. And that guy was like, let's see, George Michael. He's like, I'm done with this job.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write a song about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was his song, right? George Michael, right? I think.
No.
Oh
No,
God,
I think
Bon Jovi
so.
cannot
I
be.
don't- no, I don't
Are you
Oh my
sure?
God, we're gonna,
Yeah, it
we're gonna,
sounds older than even George
Are you
Michael.
sure? All right, whatever. It is what it is.
You're gonna get all
Yeah.
the shit in the
yeah,
the chat.
yeah.
for
They're like,
this.
don't you know it was
Yeah.
Michael George? Oh man.
Michael, who the fuck is Michael George?
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. You probably didn't wake up in time to find out who the fuck was Michael George. Anyway, so we're all three of us over here with Annie Louey as well are quite tired. We're doing this mostly because this was the only
It's
overlap
sung
time
by
we had.
Wham.
What? Yeah, that's George
there you
Michael's
go.
group.
it?
Yeah, dude.
Oh wow, okay, yeah, that's a very young George Michael.
Yeah,
You're right.
man. That's
But
like
it's, yeah, it is him.
it is him, man.
Yeah.
Wow, look at all those
Yeah,
young 80s
I-
ladies.
Yeah, 80s ladies,
So
exactly.
Just to clarify why we're kind of tired is number one, this is the only overlap, just like a Venn diagram, you have that little middle area where things
Yeah.
overlap. It's the only time overlapping at the moment right now this week where we are all going to be present in the same space
Yes.
at the same time.
Yes, we're
Literally-
sending Annie off for to get the medical support in
Yeah.
Australia,
Yeah.
where it sounds like you're getting medically evacuated from.
True, I
Hong
would
Kong.
love it if they could send a chopper, an Australian army
I don't
chopper
think
to
they
get me or
can
something.
make it across the fucking 2-hour, two weeks journey from Australia to Hong Kong.
fair enough.
Yeah. So all three of us are going to have been or will be traveling.
True.
Very
Where are you
soon.
going?
I'm going to Malaysia and Singapore this weekend for
Nice.
shows over there.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
by the
I'm
time
flying
this comes
tomorrow.
out, it's actually
Yeah.
you're already there, and all
Oddly
the
enough,
shows.
no, I'll actually be back in Hong Kong by Sunday night. However, Monday is like packed already because of course life.
Sure.
And so you have, hence why like today is the only day that we can comfortably at least speak to each
Yeah.
other
So
without
when we
like,
scheduled it, I knew obviously that would be the day we come back from Cambodia, but
Yeah.
I had no choice because,
Yeah.
as you said, you're leaving again.
Okay, that makes more sense because literally 45 minutes ago I was begging Mo, being like, please, can't you just do it on the weekend? Let me have my cake and eat it.
Yeah.
No, stop being a child. Get out of bed.
Yeah, be
I
responsible.
just kicked her out of bed. I'm like,
Yeah.
just come on.
Such is life, man. This is why I tell people like either don't become an adult or relatively stay young. In other words, like basically just be in denial. Just be like, I'm irresponsible.
I
What are
was
you
in
gonna do?
denial and I left the
I'm
country.
just waiting.
Hey,
Cannot.
Egypt joke over there. Egypt joke over there.
There you go.
Going over
We're
there.
still here, everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Still got the funnies.
So yeah, we were. I think actually there was there are a few cool things that happened. One of them is that our buddy Gabriel Tan, who is a close friend of ours and also a big supporter of the podcast from many, many, many years ago, is on the podcast group, the WhatsApp group, and he's actually relocated to Cambodia a few years ago.
Oh wow.
Singaporean guy, friend of mine, lived with me in TST. Actually, used to live in Shanghai, and he moved to Hong Kong for his job shortly after I moved. I was like, I have a spare room, and he just moved in with me for like a year.
Oh.
So it was fun to like live with your friend basically. But he had relocated to Phnom Penh, and I've never seen him since then. That's like 2020
Oh man.
or 2021, and he dabbled in stand-up comedy a little bit, but he was always just kind of taking it as a hobby. He has a very, very serious job, like big boy job. Has his own driver, Range Rover in Phnom Penh,
Oh
which
my
is
god.
kind of wacky.
Where is he like? Is there an industry we can reveal the type of job he's in?
Yeah, he's in one of the big corporate, like holding companies that
Oh,
has like
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of stuff.
Yeah, and he's just basically overseeing a little this and that.
Yeah, he's like higher up, closer to the CEO kind of thing. I mean, it's also not a secret because you could just find him on LinkedIn.
I'm
or
sure.
whatever.
Yeah.
But he's in communication basically.
Okay.
So anyway, he opened. So we were in Cambodia to continue to work on the documentary, and we also part of the documentary is that we have to line up a show everywhere we go. So I was headlining. Annie obviously was the main part of the documentary.
Yeah.
And Gabriel was signed up to open for me, and he just wrote a new act based on like
Wow.
our relationship.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and our friendship. It was very, very cool. He just
Nice.
did like a 7-minute tribute to me and
Yeah.
just brought
we
me up
haven't
on
even
stage.
seen who this guy Muhammad is yet. So it's just this dude roasting a man that we haven't seen.
That's true, actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was kind of
yeah.
like so. And of all names, I mean.
Well, luckily it was not as weird because there was a headliner, so everyone knew that the headliner is coming last. So it's like he's talking about the headliner. So and also because it's such a small scene that like everyone is just like the audience just hanging out in the bar, so you're seeing all of them. So they're like, that's the guy who's headlining. It's not like, ooh, the mysterious man
Yeah.
is backstage. Everyone's like, yep, he's
Yeah,
pissing
right
next
there.
to me.
Yeah, exactly. No big deal.
No big deal.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
that is like interesting and weird at the same time when you're like, but you're supposed to be the big superstar, and why are you hanging
Your
out with
face
us?
is literally on the poster. Like
Yeah.
there are posters everywhere with your
Yeah.
face. Like here, I think on a lot of shows we do, we still have that like, go straight from the green room to the stage or like hide in the shadows. There, it's very like kind of like a small village.
Yeah.
Everyone knows everyone.
Yeah, well, I was sitting in the audience, and anytime Mo mentioned any kind of relationships or me, this man next to me just turned full stared at me every time.
Is he speaking about you?
yeah.
Yeah. I'll be
Do
one of
you
those.
approve?
Yeah, like, he's talking about you. Are you aware? Yeah. It's just one of those things where they're like, let's watch her reaction video.
Yes,
to what he's saying.
Or it's like when you pretend like you do an act out and you pretend there's a voice in the back or something, and all the heads start turning like,
Yeah.
idiot.
yeah.
There's no one there.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, it's one of those. You're like, oh god, here we go again.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it was your first time, Annie, in Cambodia. And how I went before. How did you feel about going?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been Vivek before?
I don't think so. Actually, I really don't think
You
so.
didn't remember if you have been to a country or not?
I have a weird feel. Like I'm sure I would know, but like I'm just trying to
The
think like.
privilege.
Yeah,
exactly.
Thinking.
Because I'm thinking like no, I don't believe any cruise ships have stopped at Cambodia, so therefore probably no. Because I'm sure if I had gone to a place, it must have been comedy related.
Yes.
So if I had been there, I must have done.
Do you
done
remember
comedy.
a Phnom Penh or a Siem Reap?
No, I'm pretty sure no.
Then no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
probably mixing up with some Cambodian restaurant. that I've
Sure.
been to, where I'm like,
I do a whole country.
it's like, why do I
Yeah.
know that name? I mean, have I been to the place or just the restaurant? You know, it's one
Yeah.
of those.
Yeah.
Is there a Cambodian restaurant in Hong Kong?
There must be, dude. Yeah, there must be somewhere.
Yeah,
there's like
probably.
every
Maybe just
cuisine
one.
here, yeah.
There is
Yeah.
one Laotian.
Oh yeah, but they're
Lao-
closing. It's just down central, right?
Are they closing?
Yeah, I think 4th of October they're closing.
Wow.
Actually, growing up myself, we went to. It's pretty good.
Damn, I didn't even get
It's
to
actually
go.
pretty damn good. I must say, I was like, oh, this is actually not. This is pretty good.
There was like a big banner on the mid levels,
Yeah,
right? That
yeah,
says,
on the
like,
escalator,
only
like-
Lao
yeah, the only Lao
Wait,
restaurant.
that's
Yeah.
closing down?
Yeah, they're
I was taking
gone,
it for
dude.
granted. You're like,
Yeah.
that ad was so big. I'm like, oh yeah, maybe one day.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no more. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, maybe because they're spending on such a huge ad.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
they were
probably what it
saving
is,
money.
you know? They're like,
They were
what do you
like-
want to spend money on? The rent or the ad? They're like,
Yeah.
well, without the ad, we have nothing to pay the rent for. It's like, good
Yeah.
point. Chicken or egg,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, well,
Right.
now if you go there, they'll be like chicken or egg, nothing. We're closing
yeah,
down.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the Lao restaurant, it's a no
This is
restaurant.
how slow my brain is. I'm like, there's a joke there, but I cannot.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
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 What? Anyway, all I can say is that for anybody who wants to try Laos food, 4th of October. Laotian food is that's the time to go check it out. And
Maybe this podcast will revive the whole restaurant.
you know, it'd be funny. Like
It
if
would be,
it does,
it's very possible.
yeah, man. Have you ever seen the power of Hong
Yeah.
Kong? I mean, after us trashing Vision, they've only opened up another cake store next door. So clearly, this works.
Yeah.
You know,
Still
this-
giving them
Hey.
publicity. That's why. You
I
keep
mean,
name
people-
dropping.
People
them.
probably hate buying.
We're giving
Yeah,
them publicity
exactly.
more than the one that we actually like, which is
Yeah.
Big House.
Exactly.
Yeah, I bet you anything that people going there and buying their stuff. I'm gonna fucking buy this shit, not eat it. And they're
Yeah.
like, why is it selling like hotcakes? You know? And it's like, I'm not gonna let anybody eat it. It's like, yeah, we can
Don't
refill.
start giving
you
them
know?
ideas. They're gonna start serving hotcakes.
Yeah, they're gonna start doing hotcakes. That's the problem. And I'll be like, I'll give you one chance to try the hotcakes, and I'll be fuck, this sucks.
There is an expansion of another thing that it feels to me that it came out of nowhere, which is the flat iron situation.
Oh
Have
yeah,
you
the
s-
flat iron burger.
There's like
or something,
6
right?
of them now.
I don't know where.
It's
yeah.
very weird.
It's probably like the-
Does anyone know the story there?
I'm guessing it's the Five Guys thing or the Netflix thing where like one day they just decided to dominate the world.
You know, one of the most successful Mexican restaurants in Hong Kong Island was Tequila Mucho, which was in Shangwan, like very close to where we live. And it closed down, and suddenly it's a flat iron steak.
Oh man.
So I'm like, what is that?
I have a weird feeling that either Flatiron just decided I'm going to come over and take over all the places that just
Yeah.
died, or it's one of these groups that decide, okay, all the failing ones, we're going to like take it over,
Yeah.
just Flatiron that shit out.
Yeah.
This is going to be steak, this will be burger, this will be that, this will be
Right,
this.
right, yeah. And yeah,
Where
they
did
have
it come from?
no, probably people listening would know, like,
Yeah.
oh, it's because of this group or whatever. I just
Yeah.
have no idea. Haven't been to any of them. It's just like suddenly, like 6
Yeah.
months ago, you never heard the name. Suddenly,
Right.
there's like 6 flat iron steak within like in my neighborhood. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bizarre, man. But
It is
I mean,
very- Have you been?
No, man.
No,
I
okay.
have not. Because like the other day I did walk by, and this is one of those proximity issues when you live nearby it. You're like, I'll come here another day. Let's go somewhere further.
So
You
it's
know.
not a secret. Obviously, you live right on close to Elgin Street.
Yeah, I'm right next
So
to
there
it,
is
yeah.
one on Elgin Street, but there's also one next
At
to
the-
Burger Circus.
Yeah.
Which is very close to each other.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
already like suspicious
No, but
given
it's-
how expensive.
But I
one of them
believe-
is burger, one of them is steak,
So
right?
maybe that's the thing. With the burger one is for the people who are like, oh, I don't know how to do medium rare. I have no idea. I just want beef. They're like, I eat the burger, bitch.
Do you actually need 2 restaurants to serve steak and burger?
Hey, man, I guess you can't just have iron. You have to have flat iron. You
Well,
know?
maybe
so
the
they're
kitchen's
just
not big enough to do everything, right?
Or they probably. I have a
But
feeling.
just
it's
given
been-
the real estate price in that area,
Yeah,
it's just highly suspicious.
Yeah, exactly. Like something's not right. Like, why would you go all in that level?
All right, I'm calling it on Hong Kong. Called it first. Tell me when that it's on the news. Money laundering.
Well,
Done.
Dude, the whole of Soho. Let's be. I mean, come on, man. Half of
Yeah,
the you're like,
okay.
really, dude, really.
Yeah, crazy guy on the podcast said it first.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm gonna give it until February 2025,
That's actually a good bet. How long do you think?
and then they're gonna rename to Wrought Iron Burger. Yeah.
I feel like maybe it's a mainland thing. Maybe it's a company from mainland. Like there's a lot of like beef restaurants and
Could be.
things. You know,
and they
maybe
just like
they're a
branded
bit
like
more.
very Western.
Yeah, maybe a
Yeah.
bit more impervious to going under, being floated by other stores elsewhere, perhaps.
All right, based on that, I would probably give them until May
May.
2025.
Oh wow. Okay.
So you went February, I go
say
May.
Feb, yeah. What do you think, Annie?
I think it's here to stay. I'm gonna put my money
Oh
on it.
wow, here to stay. Annie, you have never
Yeah,
been in
next
Hong
minute that lush building that's mysteriously empty is a 5-floor
wow.
Yeah.
iron
Five
steak.
floors.
That's another good example. Like I'm
Yeah.
sure if we did our homework, we were like probably like some tycoon family's building, and they're like,
Yeah.
well, that's like one of 20 we own, so
Sure.
we don't give a shit. But I'm just like, man, for that to sit there vacant for that long, I'm like,
Yes.
you must have so much property that this is not hurting you at all.
Yeah, you're not even thinking about it like much.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, that thing. Yes,
Yeah.
I will think about it.
Yeah,
later.
I would have thought at least some porcelain store would have opened up. You know, one of these like crappy porcelain stores that sell like $5 bowls. You know what I mean?
We had a whole plan for this episode, but I say scrap it, and go Hong Kong conspiracies.
All right, let's do
Everything
that.
we can think of.
Yeah.
What is the story and what do you think is happening and
All right.
what will happen?
Let's
go,
Let's
yeah.
start.
We've
Let's start
gone
with
full
the.
ADHD on
All right,
this now.
let's start. Yeah, exactly. Let's start with
Not
the.
stay on one topic.
What's the Lord of the Rings guy from Lan Kwai Fong?
Gollum.
Gollum, yeah.
I think
All right.
he's dead.
I'm not sure.
I don't know who this is.
That's
This is the hard thing about this topic is I can't conspire if I
There's
don't
that
know
weird
these things.
baldish guy.
Well, yeah, you can learn about them
okay.
through us too.
So there's a Chinese guy that basically hangs around in Lan Kwai Fong a lot of times. He does very much look like like Gollum, basically from Lord of the Rings. He seems to be a very happy-go-lucky kind of guy, though. So
Okay.
he's like a happy soul or something.
Is he
However,
Asian?
He's Asian,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
An
he
Asian
is
Gollum guy.
homeless-ish.
Yeah.
Like he would just come and like fuck with you a bit and usually get cigarettes or money.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
he's just like a Lankoy Funk character.
Yeah. So you have that.
But
Now-
there is I think conspiracies around him being like one of those
You
like
think he died?
No.
Oh.
Died is my own conspiracy that's based on
Okay.
That's
nothing.
not true though.
Yeah.
I think, but people said that he's like, sometimes you're like, oh, it's a homeless guy, and turns out he's like a millionaire.
Yeah,
Oh.
I say that as well. I'm sure,
Yeah.
like I just feel the fact that you can hang out on, let's say, Lan Kwai Fong, and
Yeah.
and if you can keep up a happy mood that long, something's you got some safety net.
Ah.
Yeah.
You're like at some point not showering regularly
Yeah.
or having to bum around different corners of the streets
Yeah.
to sleep.
What if
after,
it's a huge ass prank and maybe he's writing a book or something?
Writing a
Named
book.
Gollum of
then he's
Lan Kwai
procrastinating way too long.
Yeah,
man, 'cause
yeah.
he's been this
He's been
character for
around
too long.
since like the 90s.
Yeah. So I feel definitely my money's on the fact that he probably has, let's say, some sort of investment that's just
Yeah.
giving him returns,
Right.
Or he's got alimony, something like that.
Yeah, because he doesn't particularly look homeless. He like hangs out like a
Yeah.
beggar, but he's not homeless.
Yeah, and he doesn't have that kind of like. I've never seen him leave.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so he's just like, yeah, dude, I'll
What,
go
any
whenever.
hour he's
Yeah,
he's
like,
there.
if he's
Chilling,
have you
yeah,
ever
yeah.
seen him anywhere
But
outside
you're
Lan Kwai
saying
Fong?
that he must have a home to go back to. So
Yes.
when does he go?
I'm guessing like it's
Maybe
5
he
in the
has like a
morning.
really, really nice
he-
home in Central.
He probably lives in like say Lan Kwai Fong area, one of
And
those
just
buildings.
chooses not to shower.
No, he
no,
does.
he
but
just
he just
has a
showers
look
really-
that he has to
Yeah,
maintain.
Yeah, he has
Sure.
this. Yeah. So what I say is, it's definitely one of those guys where number one, either parents were very rich, never had to have any problems in life, and hence why has a carefree mentality of like life is great, and you're like, yeah, because you've never had to
Oh,
worry.
Wow, you went so far. It went full circle.
Yeah.
Like, he was so privileged. He became
I literally
homeless
just like
by choice.
Yeah.
I
You know-
googled LKF Gollum just to give you an idea. He's right there. This is like an interview with like Coconuts, which is one of the local magazines, and that's him.
All right, thank God, because I really thought, are we defaming this guy? I'm always like on the lookout for you.
Yeah,
because you were
yeah,
saying
no.
some sketchy things.
No,
but
no,
all
no, right there,
Some
right?
other website's calling him Gollum, so
Yeah.
Gollum away.
So that's what I mean. Like,
She comes from a journalism background, so
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
like,
so you know,
what is
I-
the ethics behind
exactly.
these?
I cannot be quoting these
statements,
things.
yeah.
Yeah, this is a misquote. Yeah. No, I'll my money's on the fact that his whole life has been privileged to the point that he's never had those problems of, lack of, let's say, satisfaction or feeling empty and everything. Life is just like, yeah, life is just great. It's simple. Just if I want this, I get it.
I will add to that,
Yeah.
to the same theory. I will one-up you by saying he is Alan Zeman's brother.
Oh.
They
Who's
kind of look
that?
alike.
Let me guess. They adopted him or something.
They adopted him or something. Or that
Ah.
is like just the... So Alan Zeman is the tycoon who owns the California Tower and a bunch of other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
He
it's
was
like
our former landlord at...
Oh, right.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
the
right.
Rift.
Like
right.
he's definitely very well known because okay, from a businessman point of view, he's fantastic. Like he's really good at it.
Both
Like
work in the same area. Alan
Yeah.
Zeman owns Lan Kwai Fong Group.
right there,
And then
lets him
that's
hang
another
around.
one. He's like, okay, you go
Yeah,
play.
all
right.
We'll take care of you.
I think that's true because I think even with the guys with Beirut,
Yeah.
the brothers, there's always like that one brother who's like just hanging.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So every family has a one brother like Alec Baldwin and the
Yes.
other Baldwin brother. You're like, there's always that one
Right.
brother. You're like, why you don't do shit?
Does that work out even if you have just two? Or like you
'cause
need more?
You probably have
to
that
have a
one
hanging?
sibling that just got it good, and they've never had that hole in their soul kind of issue.
Yeah. Hey, that's your little brother.
Come on, this is the other guy.
That
I'm
guy's
showing-
white.
No, he's not. Alan Zeman is mixed.
Oh,
Alan
okay.
Zeman's
Oh, maybe he's
white.
white.
He's Jewish. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. He's full white.
Right, so that theory's debunked.
Yeah.
Adopted brother.
No, adopted. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, adopted. Yeah,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
basically self-proclaimed
Yeah.
brother. You know.
yeah.
Yes, I agree with that.
I feel it might be that he probably basically, I'm guessing, was maybe for part of the
Yeah.
Lan Kwai Fong group, and then maybe Alan Zeman wanted to buy him out.
Yes.
And he's like, I won't let you pay me in one chunk, lump sum. You pay me for the rest of my life.
Yes.
And he's like, sure, whatever.
Someone
you know?
out there knows the truth. Maybe we're just one video away from finding out.
You know who doesn't know the truth? Gollum. Yeah, LKF Gollum knows it. He was like,
Yeah.
let me tell you what you guys. You
Yeah.
know?
Maybe someone needs to just ask him.
Yeah. So
Well, I
wait,
also-
what's the next?
Wait, has anyone? The three of us don't go to Lan Kwai Fong, but I feel like I used to see him more often last
I
year.
haven't seen him much recently.
I haven't
though.
exactly. So, on a serious note, please write in and tell us when was the last time you saw Gollum,
Yeah.
so we can do a wellness check on him.
Yeah.
Just let us know
Sure.
if it's
If
June,
he's listening,
July,
he's
August.
like, I'm not dead.
Yeah. If he's listening, yeah, please tell us. No, I ain't dead. Just send one message.
All of a sudden, you get an email from Gabriel Tan. He's like, actually, let me tell you, he's actually my CEO. It's like, it all makes sense. I see what's going on.
Gabriel does talk a lot about his CEO being never in Cambodia.
There you go.
So yeah, maybe.
This is it. I think we figured. Well, that's conspiracy theories done.
All right, and we already did the flat iron
done,
steak / burger.
Yeah. Do you have any other issues that you've noticed in Hong Kong where you're like, this doesn't make sense? Like, for example, the clothes shops in the Soho area. You're like, come on, bullshit. Surely money laundering right over there. Like,
Yeah,
the little,
I asked more about the ornamental like jade shops and everything. Like no one's ever in them.
Yes.
There's always one old person hanging out. Like we have an ivory store near us. Who's buying ivory?
yeah. I mean,
Like Hollywood Road has a lot of those, like, not like there is Cat Street that sell like antiques. That's for tourists.
Yeah.
But on main Hollywood Road,
Yeah.
like there is a bunch of shops. There's like one that sells like bonsai.
yeah.
Oh, the bonsai
That one,
one.
yeah,
Right,
yeah,
Bonsai,
very
dude,
suspicious.
it's crazy.
Yeah, nobody
The
goes in
guy-
there, right?
No one ever goes
Is
there. The guy
always
like
washing the cement like
he
No.
washes
times
the
a day.
platform in
Yeah,
front of him,
yeah,
the,
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
like
pavement,
hand, yeah.
at 6 p.m. every day, like just barefoot.
So I can tell you this now is like I'm sure many of these are self-owned.
Yeah.
That's why, like, you'll see the random hardware store in the middle of Soho. You're like,
Yes.
"Ah, this guy's self-owned. Like, for example,
Yeah.
the Friendship Building next to the gelato place on Hollywood Road, that new gelato place.
Yes.
That Friendship Building at the bottom, this Friendship Trading Company, and you're like, yeah, they clearly own this whole building. Hence
So
why
they
the
don't
ground
care.
floor.
But
Yeah.
obviously
But
you
the
can make
bonds
so
guy-
much money renting it out.
Yeah, so I'm guessing. Okay, this is my theory again for these what I've seen before. A lot
Yes.
of these they probably rent their art to different hotels and office buildings, and they just have a shop there to seem legit. And then that way they're like, oh, we want to have this big display in our office building, but we have to keep changing the art. Like you'll see, right? Some office buildings that have to keep changing artwork.
Right.
Yes.
That's what it is. So half these galleries just rent their art out, and basically that big painting for let's see, $2 million, we rent it to you for $300,000 for
Right.
6 months.
Huh.
You know,
Yeah.
and then there you go.
But then they
And
don't need a walk-in shop for that. Can't they just have a storage
But I think that's the
unit?
thing. Like for the companies, they probably be like, we need you to have a legit shop for us to approve this
it's
on our
Hong Kong
vendor
Yes.
very into legitimate
Yeah,
having
yeah,
a
you know,
shop front.
yeah.
Yes.
Shop front
Yeah,
kind of makes
okay.
it, and cause it's like the vendor supplier application thing for companies, right? They're like, what's your address? Like, don't
Yeah,
address.
that's
oh,
like
we-
your visa application.
Yeah, you
And
need
next Year,
something.
next time you need a proper office.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly,
every
yeah.
year, I mean, I have a proper office. For the record, I have a proper office. The office can be a co-working space.
Correct, yes.
You don't have to have a physical desk inside the co-working space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you have it. I think for my company, you just want that contract to be longer. That's all.
Yeah.
Because
understood.
I keep giving them a 3 months contract.
Yeah, they're like, no.
Because really, I don't use it. That's
Yeah.
the thing. And I can say that on record because none of this is illegal. I can have an office that I don't go to. So I'm like, can I not have it? They're like, no, you have to have it. So I just keep having short contracts. So for the next extension, they're like, you just have to have a longer one. I'm
Maybe
like,
you can
fine.
ask the bonsai place to write their address.
Yeah. Right, and he'll find
Yeah.
like, are you customer? You're like,
Yeah.
yes.
No, there are and yeah, we obviously talked about. Did we? I don't think we talked about him here. We talked about it on a live show, which is the guy on Typing Shan, the shoe salesman. Did I ever mention this here?
Shoe salesman.
I feel like that one was.
I've never heard of
when
that.
we
Typing
talked
chain.
about it live, I was definitely waving my like defamation arms.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
no, stop.
So okay,
Oh,
now
yeah,
we
go
are. So there is a we live on close to Taiping Shan Street,
Yeah.
one of the coolest streets in Hong Kong. There is a man there that is known by the name Lenny, and Lenny
Lenny.
has a shoe. He's a shoe salesman who I think
What type
for
of
sure.
shoes?
Well, who fucking knows? So the shoe shop opens. Opening hours are as follow. Every day of the week, whenever. And it closes at around 4 a.m.
There's an actual shop.
Yes. But sometimes the opening hour is, for example, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and then a very long break.
Is this the location of the shop? Is this where that the flight of stairs and in between?
Yes, that's it.
The one where the opposite to like the yoga place and the coffee shop.
Well, there is always a
Yeah, that's always been yoga and coffee shop. Yeah.
Everything in the
That's another
neighborhood.
bizarre place as well.
Yeah,
So
I think
this-
we're talking about the same place.
Okay, got
His
it,
name
yeah,
is
yeah.
Lenny, and
Yeah, yeah.
he's a lovely man.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
he's a neighborhood character.
Yeah.
So he just sits in his shop. There is a computer, and there is a selection of actual shoes.
Yes.
That you never see anyone ever buying them ever.
Yeah.
He waves at people and he chain smokes. And sometimes there's a dog. That's another mystery.
Got it. Get one of those. Yeah.
These are facts. We're protecting ourselves. These are the facts.
These
For
are the facts. Yeah,
for the
exactly. We're
public
establishing
good.
the case
Right.
for or against Lenny.
No, we're not trying to trial Lenny.
We're public trial. Lenny.
Yeah, I'll have order in this court.
He waves
Crimes of
and
what? Being friendly?
being super friendly and never selling a shoe. That's his crime. And I have a friend, an F&B manager. She used to live in the area. She said sometimes when she was walking home at 2 a.m., he does invite her into the shop to try on shoes and try to sell
So
her
creepy,
shoes.
man.
It's so fucking
No,
weird.
they're usually having a drink and a smoke
Yes.
or something like that. So
Yeah.
and she did say her shoe did break.
Yes.
And she was walking home and like in the rain or she slipped over and something like that.
That's
So
probably
then-
what he's been waiting for every day. Is like,
Yes.
it's raining.
Yeah.
This is time to sell.
Yeah.
Sell.
But also, occasionally, maybe a couple of times a year, the entire store concept would change, and there will be no shoes, and there will be just bonsai trees for about 2 days. I'm not making this up. Everyone in the neighborhood knows that I'm telling the truth.
Yeah.
It would just be bonsai trees, and then the shoes will come back, and Lenny would also come back.
Oh man.
You reckon he sublets it to like a bonsai?
Yeah, but still, I mean,
Expo
that
or
amount of
something.
work to move the shoes away
Yeah.
and sublet it, like, dude, really? Like,
Well, if you also look at the shop, you're thinking of like a proper shoe. It's actually, I think total there's about 12 pairs on display. And he's not a shoemaker. He's
Yeah.
not like a custom. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go the other route where probably what's happened is that he's got the same thing as the Sam's Taylor guy. Same issue. Like the shop is like doesn't make sense, but actually he's doing business for like the princes and kings and stuff like that. And he's just like Lenny's like kind of like he's like, dude, like you are nothing to me.
Yeah.
This shop is literally just a hobby because like I just need to sell one pair of shoes to let's say King Charles and I'm set for the rest of the year.
True. That's
Yeah.
what I think too.
Yeah, I think
If
it's probably that.
because
He
like
has
shoes can be very expensive. If you sell a couple of like, 1,000 USD shoes, you're good.
Yeah. Dude. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like, let's say he supplies to Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And basically, Bruno Mars has any pair of shoes, then you can sell those for like 10,000 Hong Kong easy.
Sure.
Right? And they could be just plain leather shoes. But obviously, because it's Bruno Mars, and if you say 10,000, Bruno Mars is going to be like, don't even
Yeah.
reply.
Why do you
Just-
even? Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you know? And I think this is another thing
Yeah,
you
put
I'm sure
another
you-
zero. I don't care.
Yeah, he's like, and
Yeah.
the point is what? Why are you giving me this quotation? How dare you, Literally just go, the money's just go take the money. What the
I mean,
hell?
Yeah.
this is also one of the hottest streets in terms of like real estate value for shops.
Yeah.
I imagine he owns a shop. That's for sure.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
no
pretty
way
sure.
he's paying
Yeah,
rent.
Yeah.
And maybe because it is true that he like it's a hangout spot for sure.
Yeah.
It's just him and his friends. Sometimes the neighbors like if I speak better Cantonese, I would hang out with him more. He speaks basic English.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's a dog that hangs out there, so the dog says hi to my dog, and we'd have a basic dog conversation.
Yeah.
But that dog's not his either, because he told me it's not his.
Okay.
So there's another random
Makes no
dog
sense.
that sometimes shows up once every 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe when business is dipping, it's like bring the dog. We need to
Yeah,
hustle
exactly.
some
Yeah,
people in.
Something's gonna
Yeah.
happen. Some dog lovers will be like, I'll buy a pair of shoes just so the
Yeah.
dog can gnaw at them.
So
Yeah.
another request for our listeners: if you do know Lenny and you do know some facts or stories about Lenny on Typing Shan, get in touch. Slide into our DMs and let us know your experience with Lenny, or if you know what his deal is, or if you have a conspiracy about Lenny, that would also be fun.
Yeah.
And maybe if you translate this whole thing to him and send it to him, don't tell him it's your neighbor with who lives around the corner
Yeah,
with the dog.
exactly. Don't. What about you, Annie? Do you have any conspiracy theories of, like, let's say in Melbourne or Australia or anything that you've seen before?
Whoa. Well, it feels like I've been away for a while now. Like, let me have a think.
Or are there any theories of your own now that you've been with Muhammad long enough? The ultimate conspiracy theory guy who doesn't believe in nothing.
About you? About Muhammad?
No, as in like being with him long enough,
Yeah.
you start doubting the world. It's like everything is like,
Yeah, there's no good in the world. I came into this relationship thinking there was. Now,
Nope.
Nope.
It's all bleak.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
Because he's
clarified
very
it.
street smart. So
Yeah.
yeah, like any time, like he on travels, he's almost my travel insurance.
Yeah.
essentially. Like this Cambodia trip, I didn't have a SIM card.
Yeah.
I didn't have travel insurance, but I'm like, as long as like he sticks with me, like
Yeah.
we'll be okay. Like we'll find
I'm
our
sure
way
he'll
out
have
of
that
any
shit ready, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the first like 6 hours there, we already had the Wi-Fi of like every other shop.
Yeah,
close
we
to
were
our hotel.
Wi-Fi hopping.
We were Wi-Fi hopping. So like, we're fine. We don't need the $5 SIM card.
SIM card, yeah.
I think it was more the
Instead,
admin
you
of
buy a
getting it.
coffee at every shop
Yeah,
that adds
for
up to more than.
$6. Yeah.
But no, it's about the concept. Why
Exactly. It's
buy
the
a SIM
principle
card?
of the matter.
Yeah,
I will
exactly.
not.
I will not buy a new SIM card
Exactly.
everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These big corporates.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
But that's a great question about Melbourne or Australian conspiracy theories. And
Well,
we'll come
you
back
had
to
one,
it.
I think, next to your. This is obviously like a bit niche for our listeners. Next to your house in Brunswick, Melbourne, there is Edinburgh Castle, and that one, I think you had said that they had some sort of shenanigans happen at some point. It's like a restaurant that serves very.
Melbourne Castle.
No, Edinburgh
Edinburgh
Castle.
Castle.
There's like
Edinburgh
many
Castle.
Edinburgh Castle
Oh,
pubs
it's like a
out
franchise?
there. No, it's just like it's a popular name for pubs. Like, you know,
But wasn't it like selling like cheaper, like the meals are just like ridiculously cheap? That is like kind of doesn't make sense, and it's also huge in real estate. Like it's a very big place.
yeah, I don't think that's that suspicious though. There's like other weirder shops.
Yeah.
I think.
I
Yeah.
think it's
but we
suspicious.
have a lot
Well,
of characters for sure. Like
Yeah,
there's.
true.
There's
Well, you
a-
have Carrot Man. We talked about him briefly
Carrot
on
Man,
the.
he's cool. In
Yeah.
my neighborhood, there's a man who likes to dress up as a sheriff, like a big cowboy hat,
I mean,
and
yeah,
he,
okay.
yeah, like my sister has lots of encounters with him from high school, and I feel like he was friendly and not a pedophile, but he would ask kids to buy him ice cream.
Oh, wow.
In an accent.
To buy him ice cream,
Yes,
not
and
not
he
the
always
opposite.
had
Well,
these
that's
the
legal.
same line, and he had a funny voice to go with it. He would go, "I love you, buy me ice cream,"
Oh.
and every now and then someone would buy him ice
That's
cream.
great. You know what? That is a very smart pedophile move to do. To
Yes,
make
it
the
is.
kid
Yeah.
buy you ice cream, and now you're like, hey, reciprocity, man. You know, I
Yes,
mean, you
yes.
can't let me just leave. You know, just with the ice cream. I gotta give something back.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? He's like, but I own nothing. They're like,
Yeah.
okay. And
Yeah.
they're like, but I do have something. You know what I mean? You know,
Yes.
and ice for an ice cream for an ice cream, and a cream for a cream. You know what I mean?
There's a woman who looks Eastern European or Russian, and she's like an elderly lady, but she always does her makeup full blast every time she goes to the shops. She has her little shopping trolley, and she does like electric blue eyeshadow, blonde like curled hair,
Yeah.
just to do the shopping. And sometimes we thought it was her son, or like, you know, maybe like little man friend.
You
or,
think she
like
takes
toy boy?
You think she takes the makeup off every night, or she just leaves it on just
Maybe
retouches
it's
it?
permanent since the
I think
80s.
it's-
Who
yeah, I
knows?
think-
Well, I will
Yeah.
say that we have a lot of Russian listeners as well, and I had a lot of Russian friends back in the day, and the women would tell me like it is like it's part of the not that extreme,
Yeah.
but it's very much part of the culture that even if you are opening the door for a stranger or running to a shop to buy water, you will go in full makeup
Wow.
because it's like a power move.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
No, I was told that many times.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Really?
I was also surprised. Like, why are you putting on makeup? Like, we're late.
Yeah.
It's like I can't see. Like, stranger cannot see me. They have like to them, it's like that's like a woman's beauty is her power.
Yeah.
So you have to like
Wow, nice.
show it.
Okay, I love that. Yeah, respect
Wow.
this lady.
So I
And
think this lady is just taking that culture to the extreme.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm very cultured.
yeah, but
Yeah.
then recently, the son, I think I don't know if it's a son though, but now she hangs out with a woman who's
Yeah.
the same person.
Okay.
So yeah, either trans son or like
So you mean-
So
lover.
The man, the apparently man might have switched.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
So you're saying
wow.
it's the same person.
It's the same person.
You are
But
saying
now
it's the
they
same.
both get around in the same kind of makeup.
Okay, now that's very confusing.
Yeah, that's a few of the characters.
Probably one day that like the son saw this quote and was like father, like son, and he's like, yeah, but I have no father. He's like, well, then you can't enjoy this part of life. You're like, I know how to break the system. I will do whatever it takes, you know. Yeah. He went to like an apple tree. The apples fell, but he's like, that doesn't satisfy me. Let me do something else. Let me just change my whole gender.
Yeah.
That way,
But
we-
I love this like power move thing.
Yeah.
Because now I feel less bad about sometimes I can't go to the shops without wearing makeup as well. I've relaxed a little bit these
Yeah.
days. But yeah, I feel like that's
No.
a
It's very much,
positive.
and I would imagine some of our Russian listeners can give us a bit more explanation. But I was told that many times as well, like in different
Oh.
situations, especially when I go like, can we just go?
that's true actually. Like I'm
And
trying
I'm
to think
told
like,
like, no, you cannot.
yeah,
Yeah.
And I've been to Russia and I've seen it also in like Russian houses.
Yeah,
Where you're like, people are like, you have to wait until everyone gets ready. And the makeup is like,
That's
you
true,
know,
actually. I've
looking proper, and like sometimes wearing high heels to such a short like errand is a big thing.
Yeah.
You're right. I've never actually seen a non-made-up Russian woman.
You will never see them.
What?
No, you never see one.
Huh.
That's a great
As long as you
true
don't.
conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
I'm
You'll
gonna
never
search
see
Pornhub
one.
tonight and check. No makeup Russian lady. You know what I mean?
I did the research. Wait, don't waste your time.
Yeah.
They don't
There's
exist.
no category.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's the
You'll
only
have to
that-
catch them like for like 2 seconds before they fall asleep.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
I well, I mean, then that includes all the Russian women I've seen in my life.
But back here in Hong Kong, in Soho, you do have, obviously you living in Soho, Vivek, there are some places that to me also don't make sense. Like places that have been around for a while that are kind of empty, or just the business model is just strange.
Yeah.
Can you think of one?
I would
aside
say
from the new ones like Flatiron Steak.
Well, I mean, obviously, some of the shops where like they clearly like the porcelain shops, right? The ceramic shops and everything. You're like, they own that place clearly.
Sure, yeah.
This is just stock that they've had for all these years. And they're like, yeah, we don't give a shit. We'll just keep
Yeah.
it there. So that's one. The other one I would say is the quick change of hands for bars and restaurants.
yeah.
Like extremely quick change. Sometimes they just come in, you're like, this place is not gonna work, and you're like, yep, 2 months later it's closed down. I'm like, of course.
How short are the leases? Month by month?
I have no idea. Or maybe they like it's 1 year. Usually it's 1 year on, 1 year off. In other words, like 1
Yeah.
year you're locked in.
Yes.
But they probably were like, well, technically, if we
I don't
ran
have
away,
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if we going back, I'm guessing if you go bankrupt, you can get
You
away
can
with that.
yeah. As
'Cause
a
they
company
liquidate
owner,
everything,
you can
yeah.
actually bankrupt, and that's the company, not you.
Yeah.
So if you have a limited company, you can just declare
Yeah.
the company bankrupt,
there's
and the
nothing-
company owns the shop.
Yeah, and they don't-
Obviously, they can tie back to you, but that's still like not as easy.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the landlord can go after the company, and he can be like, "You're still in Hong Kong as a landlord, as
Yeah.
as the
As a
owner."
person, yeah.
And he'd be like, "Well, company is bankrupt.
Yeah.
Sorry."
Yeah. Oh,
Sorry.
nice.
I think yeah. I'm sure that's all right.
Yeah, you both go to trial, and he goes, "Company's bankrupt."
Bankrupt.
Sorry.
There's like a court typist having to type that out. Why?
Exactly.
I just thought of another place. I don't know if you ate there back in Melbourne. There's near Lygon Street, and there's an Elgin Street
Okay,
in
yeah,
Melbourne.
yeah.
There's a shop that does everything in 90s prices. So there's full meals for like $3,
Wait, is it the Italian place?
$5. It's not Italian, run by like an elderly
Do you hate me?
Aussie couple.
Why did you not take me there? You
Yeah.
took me to like $50 million
Yes,
places.
yes, I hate
why
you.
Did you
Yeah.
Why? Why am I hearing
But
about
it,
this
it makes
now?
a mockery of the whole, cost of living, inflation thing, because they have to pay rent, and even if they own the shop, they they have to pay their bills and everything.
Why am I
and
not there now? I don't get it.
Why do we fly back here?
Yeah, you have
What
a
the
plane
hell?
ticket in 2 weeks. You
What
can
the
just hang
hell?
out there.
I'm so mad at you. I've been to your
and at
stupid
the
city
end of the
4
day,
times.
they'll even just give you extra stuff for free. Like you already paid for a $3.50 minestrone.
These
They'll
people
be
are
like,
like my
here's
new best
a bunch
friends.
of
I-
sweets.
My take is basically this is their fight against the man.
Yes.
So like I'm gonna show you how it's done. I'm gonna be broke. I'm
These
gonna do
elderly
everything.
hippies, being like,
everything
yeah.
society doesn't want. I can't pay taxes. I make no money. You get nothing from me. And
Sure.
for all you know, they probably own all that shit.
Yeah.
And hence they can do all this stuff.
Well, if you have, okay, let's make another plight. Is that
I
a
have
word?
no idea.
Yeah, another request.
Yeah.
Or / offer. If you have space in Hong Kong that is okay, acceptable for comedy shows,
Yeah.
give it to me, and then I will make it accessible to everybody.
That's true.
For the price of very cheap.
Would you limit the location though? Because like there are
Yes,
a lot of
of course,
empty
limit it to
obviously
location.
warehouses in let's say Taipo. You're like
no, well, of course not. Yeah, you can give me a warehouse
say Hong
at
Kong
the
Island.
airport. Yes, on Hong Kong Island.
Yeah.
In a place that commercially makes sense. And if you don't need that place or you want it, you want to just give it a support. I will do exactly like these people. I'll be like, comedy shows don't
90s
have to cost
prices.
that much.
Yeah.
I'm working in Jardine House, literally one of the most expensive buildings
Yeah.
in the entire fucking island.
Yeah.
And we're still trying to keep the prices cheap. If you give me a cheaper place, I will go there and be like, all right, everyone, all comedy shows are now 50 Hong Kong dollars. People
Yeah.
can come to the shows
Yeah.
for that price because that's actually what I want to do.
But have you ever thought about Kwa Jen Han had the model where basically he lets you pay a little premium so that someone can pay the cheaper price to come watch the show
Oh
as
yeah,
well?
there's a few of those tiered ticketing. So
Yeah.
you choose that you've got a little extra cash to splash, or you say you have a full-time job, so you based on that criteria
Yeah,
you
yeah,
select
yeah.
a
And
ticket,
it's
and
like-
then
yeah.
other people who don't have
Because I
it.
think English-wise, you maybe could pull it off. Cantonese, no way. Everyone be unemployed.
Yeah.
We're all unemployed.
Yeah, they'll always always
You
go
know,
for the cheapest.
Yeah, well,
offer.
as a business owner, obviously that's like clearly a risky move. Not just in terms of like trying it and they be like whatever, but if you lower the price and
Yeah,
then
you
put
can't
it
go back up, right? Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
That's a really risky move because
Yeah,
people
yeah.
be like, wait, we've seen the show for 50.
Yeah.
Now it's back to 200. What's going
Yeah,
on?
yeah.
And then you
But then
showed
if you did get a philanthropist who could give you a venue, that would explain everything.
Yes.
Right? And then
Yes.
you can go back to a different venue where the
True.
price is higher.
Correct.
Yeah, yeah.
So yes, I would like to do like those people on Ligon/Elgin and have a very accessible comedy show. The only problem is that real estate here is and rent
Yeah.
is
Too many
silly.
bullshit bonsai shops.
I mean, yeah, right.
Exactly. Give me your bonsai shop. I will run a comedy show and help the arts.
There's something catchy there, surely. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Beers and bonsais.
Here's a bonsai.
I honestly, like, you may be worth knocking on doors one by one, but like, just give me Friday, Saturday night. That's all I need.
Yeah.
I don't need the whole week.
Yes.
And then one of them might kind of go like, just if that means that I don't have to be at the shop to pretend I'm working.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe for all you know. That could be
Okay.
it. Yeah.
All right.
Just
Let's
that
start knocking on doors.
on doors, but like knocking on there. Anyway, yeah. So,
Well, yeah, if someone from the listeners want to help with that pitch or recommend spots as well, be like,
Yeah.
hey, this place is in my building. Maybe you should talk to them.
So what the
I
listeners,
will come to you.
I think what listeners can do is, all right, I'll give you a strategy. Okay, everyone is listening. Go find 4 friends. All right, and amongst those 4 friends, see who's the richest,
Yes.
and start guilt tripping them. Be like, dude, you don't own another place.
Yeah.
You know, you're so successful. It's time to
Yeah.
get back.
5 houses? Come on.
Yeah, one of those, and like start guilting them, going like, this is just selfish. Like, you know how many things you could be doing with this, but no, you know what?
You know,
Just
if I start with myself and do that, you know how I would start with?
me.
Yes, exactly.
Hey man, the problem is that I've been berated so much. You tell me that I'm selfish, so I'm like, I'm sorry. And you expect me to be what?
Yeah.
Like, I am rubber, you are glue. Literally everything you say bounces off of me and sticks onto you. You know, it's one of those, yeah.
Wow, so mature.
Yeah. So I would like everybody try to find 4 friends and find the richest one or the one that's best off and guilt them into maybe considering the idea of either taking one of their properties or something that they own and use it for a better cause,
Yes.
or guilt them into buying a new property and then realizing they never needed it.
Yes.
And then when they're like, dude, I feel empty. I don't know what I'm doing in my life. They're like, I have a great idea for you. And then they
Yes.
contact you and be like, hey, how much was comedy? You're like, dude, I will put a plaque with your name on it to say that you donated this space to us
Yes.
for the laughter of people in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know,
I
and-
would, nothing that would make me happier than like producing like a regular accessible comedy show.
Yeah.
That is actually like affordable to basically everybody.
Yeah.
And I think it would be great. I
Hopefully,
think
man.
Hong Kong is one of the most stressed out cities in the world.
Yeah.
And everyone needs that kind of like relief for cheap. Like it doesn't need to be another item that you be like, oh, I really want to see that Tim Chan guy,
Yeah,
but
but-
it's just expensive.
600
Like, I've
bucks
seen his
kinda- yeah.
videos. He's great. I just can't justify the $350
Yeah.
for 2 hours. I just can't. So I'm not going to. And that's a shame.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing is that what we're lacking right now is a rich person who's willing to lay the first brick,
Yeah.
you know, and we'll give them a plaque for that.
Yes,
And
agreed.
they get a free ticket to the show.
Yes.
And
Which was already only $5.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, by that time, but I'll, you know, I'll spot you the 5, buddy.
Yeah.
Spot you the 5, you know.
And we will. He can bring a +1. All right.
Fine.
We're feeling generous.
God.
Yeah. Okay.
Can't
Fine.
even afford another ticket.
Yeah.
God.
We can comp their dates.
Yeah, exactly. We'll
Nice.
comp your dates exactly. So yeah, that's another solution over here. Any last conspiracy theories that you want to throw it out there, and maybe hopefully the world will answer you in Hong Kong?
Well, yeah. I think the Jockey Club has the main race,
Yeah.
and then they have another race really far away.
Shotton, yeah.
Yeah. What's going on there?
I think they had so many horses or like so many races. They were like, dude, we don't know what to do with this. Or people in Calgary were like, fuck you, man. Happy Valley's too far. I'm not gonna gamble that. Like, hold on a second.
Yes.
Are you telling me if I bring the races close to you, you're gonna all throw your money at us? They're like, yeah, like done. We're gonna own a patch of land. We're gonna reroute the train to go to us.
Yeah.
To make sure that you have no excuse to not gamble
Yeah.
now. Like literally, they made it to a point that there's no excuse. They're in Shotton, super convenient.
Yeah.
They got a station that only routes to the race course on race day.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So actually,
Yeah.
it routes that way
Yeah.
just for the races, right? And they're like, yeah. And why are you not gambling now?
Yeah.
And they're like, because it's not good for you. Like, hey,
We made it so easy. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
We brought it to you.
Well, that makes me think of some of those theories that are historic. Like, do you have any underground tunnel theories and stuff? Like, there was one that we did a tour of Melbourne with a comedic tour guide, and he said that one of the theories is that Parliament House has an underground tunnel to a bar that used to be a brothel called Juliet, so you can go there and like drink
I would totally believe that.
Yeah, so the parliamentarians could just run off after work without being seen.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason I don't believe Hong Kong had any of those, because by now, after let's say 2 or 3 generations, some of the kids would leak that out. Some of the kids of the rich and powerful would have at some point, hey guys, I know where the tunnel is, you know. And the fact that no one's leaked it out means there's after 2 generations and it's still unknown. There's no secret tunnel passage. There are, like, for example, Foxglove and stuff where you walk by and you have no idea what it is, and you'll be like, what the hell, huh? Yeah, because even
explain Foxglove to Annie.
So Foxglove is on Icehouse Street, and they have this lounge area that is a very chic jazz lounge. And when you go in there, you're like, God damn, where the hell am I? And you feel like a little Great Gatsby style. The cocktails are absolutely gorgeous. You know, it's one of those things where you're like, where the hell am I, man?
Yeah.
This is like right next to this shitty shop. What?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, it's really classy.
Yeah.
To the point sometimes you feel a bit like, you're like, man,
Is it hidden though?
It's not that hidden,
It's not
but
that
like,
hidden, but
you
from the
feel-
entrance you can't really tell.
Yeah.
Like what kind of place is that?
Yeah, you know, it's one of those where you walk by, you're like, I'm too intimidated to walk in.
Yeah.
Because I've done shows there before. And the first time I went in there, I'm like, God damn, what?
Yeah.
This is crazy. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And then they have this little propeller, a plane propeller on the stage, so you can recognize. You're like, oh, that's Foxglove. I know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those places. There were a few, I think, like the gay clubs as well. I think Propaganda and everything were a little bit more conspicuous that you couldn't really know how to get into. And I think one more in Sai Poon side on this bottom of, I think, some ladders. Of some stairs. There was this one place that was called Ping Pong or something, and like the entrance is just, you're like, what is this? And you open, like, what the fuck is a bar? The other one is, I guess, no, it's the toilet, the toilet seat in Hollywood Road.
What?
You know, opposite Burger Circus, there's that one bar that on the entrance there's like a display window with, I think, a ladder
yes,
and
yes.
the toilet thing.
Oh yeah.
What the hell's that?
It's a bar.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that it's
like
a bar. It's like,
speakeasy. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so it's one of those where you're like, hey, man, I'll meet you. You know where it is? Oh, it's you see a ladder and a toilet. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But then
Well,
where's
that
the
one
door
is
to that?
easier
Do you have
to-
to knock?
It's
I'm
easier
sure
to
it's, like,
find because there's
exclusive.
usually like a
line,
bouncer
yeah.
or
Oh, all right, yeah.
Yeah,
Guarding the random toilet
yeah, exactly.
seat and
Guarding,
ladder.
yeah. And there's always someone who's like dressed nicely outside,
Yeah,
like
you're
a
like,
hostess
something's
or
going
a
on.
bouncer.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, okay. Actually, like I didn't know for sure, but as soon as you said the toilet, I'm like, I knew that was like
It
some
must
sort of a
be.
nice bar.
Yeah, it must be. No one's
Yeah.
no one's
There's always a
positioning-
line outside.
Yeah. Like, no one's positioning that. Just use the toilet. Okay, no one's doing that.
Yeah. Speaking of Sai Pun, there is also the shops, like obviously there is like the dried fish shops and everything.
Yeah.
And that's part of like, I guess, old Hong Kong, and there's still like a lot of people use it. But there's also a lot of storage shops on the Queens
Oh,
Road
yeah,
part.
yeah.
And those ones, because I live right next to it, also no one ever goes there. And it's usually just like an old guy sitting there with a cat. And not
There's
a lot
like
of...
proper hoarders, like the
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
Feels
great
like hoarder shops.
locations with
Yeah.
like
Yes.
the most random junk piled to the ceiling.
Yeah, dude.
Like just
Yes.
sitting on it until it gets them so rich they can sell.
I'm sure. Again, it's self-owned. They probably
Yeah.
Look, like I said.
But what are they doing? I understand they're self-owned, but they're just sitting there.
No, but they own like half the other shops as well. So they collect rent off of those shops, and this is
Yeah.
just that other shop with the like, oh, I want to keep the stuff, and
Yeah.
every now and then you have that antique person who's, I want that. You're like, oh, $1 million. They're like, sure. You know,
Yeah.
or they're hoping, or they become the supplier to movies and stuff, I guess.
Mm.
You know, so you have a few of those. You know,
That's true
that-
because you
yeah,
had Ben
Like
on. You
props,
had Ben
like
on the
legitimate, like-
podcast.
yeah, because like you,
and he bought like 10 old radios.
yeah,
working
you know,
radios.
people want that.
Ben Volchok's play where he was able to go around Hong Kong and collect.
Oh yeah, that's right.
old
Yes,
stuff.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess it's one of those again. It's just one of those you're like, okay, the only way this could make sense is that money's not an issue.
Yes.
How's money not an issue? Because you probably own half of this shit.
Yeah.
And I think the number of people we're meeting nowadays who owns the whole building that they have a shop in, I'm just like, okay, this is this is a trend now.
Yeah.
This is just getting tiring. I'm like, oh, here we go again. You know, why are you wasting your time? Oh, that's why you're wasting your time.
Yeah,
I get it.
that's the perfect place for a comedy show. Just clear out the hoarder's nest.
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
Have it inside a shop window.
Well, I think our demographic amongst these people is very big, and they're all listening to us right now.
Yeah.
Sitting in their Saiyapun shops,
Yeah.
staring at their cats.
Listening to this podcast on their old radios.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know how you could do that. You'd have to put it on a cassette tape or something.
Maybe,
Get the
yeah,
pocket,
maybe they do.
download it. I don't know.
Maybe they actually have. They even have
Yeah.
converter. I have no
Whoa,
idea.
whoa.
Yeah, maybe one
Yeah.
of those. Yeah.
So as you're listening to this, you can dial my numbers on all of the comedy posters. So it's not
Yeah.
even a secret anymore. Dial that number and call in and give us your spot for 2 hours every week. I will do something good with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there.
One last thing is the weather is getting cooler. So we were in Cambodia for a few days and we came back. We're like, oh, hey, that's like 5 degrees lower now.
Yeah, it's like
That's
30.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I wake up and I'm like, okay, I don't want to kill anyone yet. Okay, this is good.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'll come a little later in the day.
Well,
now.
I mean, every year Mid-Autumn Festival is never cool. It's always like, this is the middle of autumn. Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up. And then now it's the beginning of autumn. That's what they should call it, the beginning autumn festival.
Yeah, why don't... Yeah. Right now, I think we're recording, we're pretty much at the end of September.
Yeah.
And we have a window of about 3 weeks when the weather is quite nice.
Yeah.
And then it gets slightly cold at night. So for the 3 weeks, Andy decided to do the smartest thing ever, which is to leave Hong Kong. So
I'm devastated.
the
I'm
genius
like,
was here for the last 6 months.
Yeah. Suffering.
I did
Melting
the
and
hard
suffering and
yards.
complaining. And she's
Yeah.
like, when do I go? Oh, yeah, as soon as it gets
Yeah.
good.
Let's leave in autumn.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
everyone keeps saying the same thing. The best time to go to Asia for these countries is October, November. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm fucking off back to Melbourne where it's cold for like 11 months of the year. And then it's blasting hot for 1 month and it's
Yeah.
like 45 degrees.
Of course. Of course. Well,
Yeah, before you go, this will be last time for a while for you. Do you have anything to say to our...
You make it sound like I've died.
well, you are
I'm
going to...
beyond the grave.
You're going to have a medical procedure.
I had a good life, everybody.
Who knows?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to have a fibroid removed from my uterus that is the size of an orange. And I talked about it in a couple of jokes on stage, but nobody gets to hear the reality of it except for Mo, who's ridden the roller coaster with me.
Yes, can you see my excited face?
Fighting medical insurance,
Yeah.
losing, going for the public system, waiting. Going to China, trying to get them to look at me for various things, and the translation was just too hard, so I've given up.
Yeah.
And I'm gone back where the free healthcare is until my Hong Kong visa stuff is sorted, which is any day now. So yeah, just biding time as well while I'm over there for 2.5 months. And also just like reading the universe of science. Like I literally saged the house when it was the full moon for Mid-Autumn Fest. I'm like, we had the shittest month. Like we need to just get rid of all the energy that... And then things started happening. Things started going well.
There you go.
Yeah. All right,
Should've
nobody cared. I'm the only chick on the podcast.
I was just thinking, like, should have done that earlier, man. This is why you don't procrastinate with Sage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Sage that shit.
No, that's when you hit rock bottom. You're like, I just need something,
Yeah.
some kind of voodoo.
Yeah, magic or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah.
it takes, I'll light
Yep.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is obviously a lesson in seeing how people in Cambodia live very simply. A lot of them, including even the people who are working on the stand-up scene, it's like, they're very grateful to have like 1 gig a month. And you're like, yeah, man, this is like, we work up to this gig and then we just have a good time. And here we're like, oh my God, this is,
Yeah.
it's so difficult. So maybe, it doesn't have to be a grind all the
Perspective, yeah.
time. Exactly. Just like it for the way it is. I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
I don't know. It doesn't even relate to what I just said. You just wanted
Yes.
to
I
be
think what I'm saying
philosophical?
is that like
Just appreciate what you have.
yes,
Yeah.
appreciate
Be
what you have. It doesn't
grateful.
have to be like
Don't be all bitchy and whiny about, I
Yeah.
don't have
Yes.
this, I want that.
those
Yeah.
words. Yes,
Yeah, I
he
mean,
said
if
it
I-
nice.
Yeah, I think if I grew up back where my family still lives in my hometown in China, there's no way I would have been able to access any of the things that I have. Like
Yeah.
the healthcare stuff especially, I probably would never have made discoveries that would lead to operations and whatnot. So yeah, super grateful. And with traveling with Mo and his passport, it makes me grateful every day that I don't have to
All right,
deal with that
everyone.
stuff.
All right, thank
And
you
that
very
was
much.
that was not the ending we hoped, but the ending that I deserve for letting you on the podcast.
Correct.
So that is totally on me. While you are away, Annie, how do people find you on the interwebs?
Instagram is Annie Louey, and what else? Website, annielouey.com. If you're in Australia listening to this and you have some work for me in November or early December, please book me because I got bills to pay, medical bills.
Sure. Vivek, how do people find you
Real
online?
simple, just funny Vivek, so you know which one we're dealing with. Whether it's Instagram or Facebook, just funny Vivek, and that's the best way to find me. Yourself?
I am at the other Muhammad on Instagram, and sometimes I post stuff from traveling and comedy and whatnot. You can also find the Backstage HK on the website and the Instagram. So we have shows every week. So come to a live show. Until then, take care of each other. Be grateful. Bye bye.